Hey guys, Alicorn here. This is the third Crazy Fest I'm going to sign up for. Wait. Help! Let me get in, let me get in! I went in. There it is. Alright, that was a little bit of a scare. Alright, oh wow, 5 countries. That is not too common for the startup of a brand new Crazy Fest of this type. Alright, I haven't looked around for doubles yet, but at this point all I'm doing is sending my units out so that they can go to places that may have double. What did it? Oh man, that was dumb. I just put them back in my castle. Ah, stupid misclick. Oh no. Alright, are there any doubles in this area? So far, no, this is pretty poor. There's one, there's one. There's a good spot. 2 and 2. Let's see here. Pull out some of these units. Send those guys that way. I wonder if my... Okay, so attacking... No, 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 no! No, 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 don't attack if you don't know you can't win. That was stupid. Alrighty, let's hope he doesn't go there, but he probably will, and he will. There he went. I'll just send those there. If it had been the other way around, I would have defended and won. Well, no use crying over spilled milk. Here's a pretty good spot, here's a pretty good spot, here's a pretty good spot, pretty good spot. Pretty good, by pretty good, I mean compared to other single locations, they're okay, but they're not the best. In fact, this guy isn't signing on. This guy, that might be Ender, I don't know. This guy's pretty new, 8, and he's probably going to try to kill my units. Hope he doesn't, but if he does, bummer. What should I do with these guys? Should I build a... I'll go ahead and build villages now. And let's get another village right here. And I will be needing more resources soon. I can build 2 more villages with the resources I have, but then I'll have to start buying some. 3-3, 3-3, 3-3. This guy's Tigil. But I will be wanting... Yep, he attacked me. Oh, new country just spawned. It's in this area over here. Doubles! Doubles, doubles, double, double, trouble, trouble, and this guy with his 6 cavalry are going to be annoying to me. Now let me pull out some more. Go that way and hope he doesn't attack me too much. 8 cavalry. Oh, no you don't. Dominion. He sent out his single calves, and I'm not about to let Chrono attack my villages. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it. He is definitely after my villages, and I'm going to kill him for it. Well, you're in for it, Tigilastro boss. And this guy, Forge Cultivator, what does he think he's doing with 14 cavalry? 14 cavalry. We'll be able to win against that. If I split off the archers and pikemen. Let's see if he tries to attack me now. Well, he attacked and I lost all 4 of my cavalry, but he lost 14. Oh, now let's see if I can get 200. Of all these resources. And I lost... No, I didn't lose the... Didn't use the units over there. Lose the units over there. Pull out 4 and 4 and try to send them to this spot over here. This is a good spot because it has a double, but... And this place doesn't have a whole ton of... spots. Good spots. This country has several good spots, but Fatal Hydra, lucky guy, got all the spots already. So this guy, Forge Colt, pulled out his units, and did he pull them out in time to put them in my way, is the question. No. And he just emptied the spot? What in the world? Are you trying to get yourself killed? He just deleted the village. Probably to keep me from getting the satisfaction of destroying it. Alrighty now. 4. 2 and 2. I'm going to send those guys there, and I'll take some of these off and put them back in here. There we go. This guy just bought all of the units possible, and I hate it when people do that. Even in regular servers, what a lot of people will do is buy all the units they can with the resources they have, and then as a result of doing that, they have no more resources left to build villages. So when they buy all that stuff, they can't build any villages, and then they're useless for the rest of the game, pretty much. Now this guy Chrono, let's just do this. I'll take all the cavalry, send most of them that way, split, and send some to Chrono. And Dominion really needs to learn how to protect his villages. You can't just do that. Oh, this is really annoying. Pathfinding in this game is atrocious. Okay, now this one is toast. 2244. And Forge, because he bought so many defensive units, probably will not be able to afford any real offense anytime soon. And yes, I got Chrono. And Blade with his 2 cavalry. Won't be able to do much. Mega Mug Pug. Not sure what he's doing. And then Forge Cult Leader. If you're listening in, Forge, if you're listening in, 1, do not, what you had going with your 14 cavalry attacking my units and attacking my units that came close to your castle, that was a good strategy. It annoyed me, and that's a good strategy, and what just happened to my... Never mind. And it annoyed me and put me on edge for a couple seconds. I had to maneuver my units so they were safe. That was good. What you did here, buying a whole ton of units, I guess that's also safe. The villages you have now are well defended, your castle is defended, so that's also a fair strategy in order to keep yourself protected. But when you only have 2 villages, don't upgrade them because they won't be giving you resources for that time. You want to keep your villages unupgraded for as long as possible. Keep your villages unupgraded as long as possible so that they can be giving you actual resources. And now, Dominion, you saw my cavalry that said, "Why aren't you defending?" and you still are refusing to defend. I don't get you. I don't get you. I'm just going to be destroying more of your villages. Actually, you're starting to defend. Now, this one, I do not have the resources or the desire, even if I did have the resources, to defend this. How many pikes would I have to buy to defend against that? 7 pikes. And I don't want to spend those resources yet. Actually, I bet I could. Catapults move at 1 hex every 50 seconds. And I don't have my phone right on me. So what I'm going to do this time... Which village was attacked? Okay. 25 plus 50 is an extra minute and 15. So at 8:15, 8 minutes and 15 seconds, I'll buy 7 pikes. I'm going to have to sell some of that. And then tab over to this. And I have 20 seconds now. No, computer. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't have... Yes! Oh, that was close. I almost missed it. The village was destroyed by whom? Blade. just because he could. Is this village safe? No, it is not. One more archer. I have not, apparently, the reputation to strike fear into people's hearts when they see my name. Well, I shall teach them otherwise. With my measly 4 cavalry. Fatal Hydra with his 23 cavalry and 5 defense. Himself being undefended. Let's see here. Well, let's see if Blade has anything to say. Hopefully this army right here doesn't run into mine, which it won't. It is really annoying when everybody seems to gang up on me at once. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
4, 5. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Why? I don't even know why.
I don't know why.
Why this guy is. Maybe he's a vet, just he thinks because I'm a vet I can take it. Can't you see I've got people on my case? Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Who is this? DK? Nikita? Rhett? Woot? Why are you attacking me? For no apparent reason. You're not communicating at all, so maybe you're DK. But you don't do that with your name. Who is this? Four and 4, and then with 10 footmen and 16 cavalry. I can do nothing at this point but wait for my resources to stock back up. And hope people don't attack me. And this guy has apparently a little bit of an idea of what's going on because he's leaving units here to defend. He doesn't even have a good idea of village placement. Who puts a village around simply grain and ore and no large hexes at all? And leaves a village completely undefended with only 2 cav? That's pathetic. Alright, once I build up, Blade is the first one going down. If I don't take Forge first. Please don't tell me he's gonna attack my village with his new units. I suppose now is a good a time as any to talk about what the other players are doing. Blade apparently has bought a fair amount of defense for his castle and a bit of defense for his, at least this village. I don't know what that's doing. It's going on maybe to get my castle. I don't know. But he's not putting anything in that village, showing he's not... Either he's very confident in his ability to defend himself, defend this with the cavalry in here, or he has no idea what's going on, which may be the case, seeing where he placed this village, and the fact that he only has 2 villages. Chrono, aka Tigilastros. I don't know if he's lost 16 soldiers. He's got 2 villages already. He might have lost a couple of villages. I haven't been watching. He's got units there posted for a village. Weegi bought all of the units possible and now has no resources for villages, so he won't be in the Voyager 1. You know what, now that I think about it, yep, Voyager 1 is Tigilastros, not Chrono. So Chrono learned from Tigil, in the sense that he put 3 and 3 in all of his villages. Voyager is actually Chrono, or is actually Tigil. Fatal Hydra, a guy who joined about a month ago or so, is doing very well learning how to play this game. He's got all of these villages in a close proximity to each other, fairly well defended. He has a bunch of cavalry ready to defend them if someone comes over to try to attack. Forge Cult, he's now got 3 villages down, but I guess he has a fair sense of village placement, but that's just kind of lucky because he has good spots near him. Dominion, he has 5 villages, all of them defended with archers and cavalry. That is pathetic. Pathetic. But it's working for now because nobody counts him as a threat. The only reason I feel like the only reason I'm being attacked right now is because people know that I'm a threat. But no time to complain. Dominion defending with archers and cavalry. Forge defending his villages fairly well now that he's learned how to. Blade, I don't know what he's doing with this army. He's defending his castle very well. He's got 2 villages up, and I'm not sure how long it'll be before he can get another one. Oh, now he talks. He's new. Kind of figured that. And you really annoyed me. Do I have enough for another village yet? And where shall I place it? Up here, down here. I think I'll just let this go on speed for a while. And I'll play some music as well. Let's see if Blade's new armies will be able to defeat this village. Not right now, but if he adds a few cavalry and a footman, he will. Now I'm just going to keep this one as it is. So right now this village is safe. I guess he knows how to use the calculator. Either that or he just saw 248 defense power and looked at his and saw 73 or 132 and decided this one wasn't enough. Oh my goodness. Wigi now has 22 cavalry and 1 village. He's another noob, doesn't really have an idea of what he's doing. This guy keeps pulling out units willy-nilly. I'm not sure he knows what to do. This alert, if you've ever gotten a significant number of vassals, you'll find out that this starts popping up all over the place and is really annoying to see. So what you can do to get rid of this particular alert is open up your little settings thing, go down to hide alerts and click on vassal is under attack, and it'll make that one disappear. Let's see what he does. Is this enough to kill the village? No, not enough yet. As you can see, I have now 5 villages up, but I'm low on resources again. While this guy, with his 3 villages, has been baking up a bit more on the offensive side. And because I chose not to buy too many more units at all, the only defense I have in these villages, this used to be 1 village with 4 and 4, now it's 2 villages with 2 and 2. Same here, 4 and 4, but now it's just 2 and 2, or 2 and 1 rather. And because I elected not to buy units and rather just build villages, I have low resources, but now I at least have 5 villages. Dominion has 6 villages now. Voyager has 6 villages, and probably a lot more units, both purchased and resources stocked up. Forge has 4 villages. I'm not sure what his unit count, or his resource count is like. But I have no idea why, but I seem to, in every single game, get very close to the most lost soldiers very early on, and it stays that way for the whole game. Not sure why. Maybe because my aggression tactics are lacking, or I just don't defend enough, or I manage to get on people's nerves a lot. I don't know. But I'm doing my best. This guy, Fatal Hydra, has 6 villages. And you'd think that since he hasn't been attacked hardly at all, he's lost no soldiers whatsoever, you'd think he'd have more. But actually, he doesn't have too many villages right now because he put so much into cavalry right here to defend these. I'm still planning on attacking Blade first, once I get enough resources to be comfortable with buying offense and attacking. He's the first on my list. I see he's moving. The question is, where is he going? He's not attacking Dominion's castle, because that army isn't strong enough. Could he be going for Dominion's villages? Or perhaps my castle? He saw me. He might have seen me just build. He's new. He wouldn't think to. He wouldn't think to go, oh, Alicorn just built a new village. That means he's completely out of resources, which means I can send units over to his castle and attack. That is a good assumption. It's a good assumption that when you see someone struggling to build their villages and they wait and wait and wait and then they build a village, it's a fair assumption that they're out of resources, but that's... I'm not out, but I'm pretty low on resources. It's a fair assumption on Blade's part to think that I'm out of resources, but the question is, why didn't he split off the cavalry? Dominion... what is Dominion doing? Oh, new players are so unpredictable. Is he going to defend that, or is he just going to leave it undefended like he did with his other villages so early on? This guy needs a lesson right here. Well, he keeps sending his units out to as though they're going to do something, and then sends them back to just post right next to my village, and then sends them out, and then pulls them back. He's probably going to garrison them in that village. Either that or go to his castle. In a full-speed, real-time strategy game like Age of Empires, indecision kills you. In a game like this, though, where things happen at a much slower pace, you can afford somewhat to be a little indecisive, like have units move back and forth between a few hexes, but major indecision can also be bad for you. If you're gonna do something, do it. Oh my goodness, this is so totally unfair. I spawn, and I have terrible resources. The only doubles in the area are on the other side from a noob who kind of knows how to play, but really needs some instruction on how. And that's just one. Here's another one, but he took that one. What about any other doubles? There's no doubles near my area. No doubles, no doubles, no doubles. No doubles, no doubles, no doubles, no doubles. There is a double down here, but that's because this guy spawned later. Doubles, doubles. Here's one double. So no doubles. Here's one double right here. And I was lucky enough to get it, and no one contested me for it. But, okay, so there's 1, 2, 3 doubles. And then another country spawns in Fatal Hydra's area, and he was the only one close to it, and so he got all of these spots, all these doubles. And then another guy spawned, and he got all this. He got all this. That is so totally unfair. That's wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. No, don't move. Don't move. He's not taking it. Ah, so Doa is Zen. Well, what an interesting turn of events. Oh wait, that wasn't. That was Voyager. Wait, that was Voyager. Or it's Tigil. Okay, so Doa, being Zen, is not going to Zen being... Yeah, this guy is Zen, and Zen doesn't really attack people. He just builds his stuff. Okay, so despite the unfortunate opening I had in this game, losing two villages and an army there from Blade, and I don't think I lost a village over here. I didn't lose a village over here, but I lost 2 villages and an army and a few other armies elsewhere. So yeah, despite the fairly unfortunate opening, gaining 1, 2, 3, and this guy isn't really an enemy. Well, he probably is now. 3 enemies right at the start, although these guys don't necessarily know they're my enemies. This guy, he's not a high priority enemy either. He just needs to defend his villages, which he's starting to, but I need to teach him how to defend early. And Voyager, he manages to keep people off his back. He doesn't do anything to offend people. Hence why he has 7 villages up and no enemies. 7 villages up, a fair military, I guess. 35 catapults. What? Already? 35 catapults already? Yeah, so Tigil, I don't know how he does it, but he manages to stay rather anonymous, not offend people. Nobody gets mad at him, nobody attacks him early on, and because of that, he can build up his resources really fast, doesn't really worry that much about a military, and sooner than pretty much anybody else, he'll get most of his villages up, and he'll have 35 catapults ready to take a capital. I bet he could take those 35 catapults, he could take them all out, send them to the capital, and nobody would attack them. And he could send the catapults right back to his village, and leave the capital empty, and nobody would try to take it. Because nobody hates a Tigil. But somehow, I managed to, just by being here, make people mad at me. Even when I start with a nickname. As you can tell, I'm kind of ranting right now. Yeah, I don't know how it is, but even when I start a game, even if I go under alias, I somehow manage to get attacked. I don't know how.
I'm not sure why.
By noobs, no less. When three noobs at the beginning of the game kind of gang up on you, it's kind of a bad feeling. But I do have all 8 of my villages up now, and a fair amount of resources, so I should be ready to make my move sometime soon. This guy said he won't attack me anymore, but... Wait, what happened here? Did he send? Yes, he did send units. Foemen and archers are a terrible defense. Those are easily taken by cavalry. So what are the better? 8,300, 6,400. So that's a better capital right now. 6,800, 7,000, 6,600, 7,000. But with more villages coming up, certainly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this. I don't know who that guy is. What about this one? This is certainly the most. My goodness. Two, three, four. I only have 4,000 resources. That's enough to buy 3,500 catapults, or 35 catapults. But they take so long to move. I'll just upgrade this village, and hopefully by the time it reaches level 3, I'll have way more than enough resources. Perhaps by the time it reaches level 2, enough to buy defense for this capital, I'll have enough resources to buy 60 plus cav. It takes 66 cavalry to take out a new capital, at least on the crazy fast servers. This guy, Happy Day, is not going for an early aggression. Why he hasn't sent out his catapults yet, I don't know.
I don't know why.
Archers and cavalry. Why archers and cavalry? One of the downsides to building all of your villages right here, right close to your base, is none of them can serve as a forward operating base. He's already upgrading this to level 3, but it's still that far away from the capital. It's not close enough to serve the capital with defense and counter offense. This one isn't the closest to be ideal as a counter offense or defense village, but it's okay. And it's actually really good because it services 2 capitals. This one is the closest village spot that has a large hex near the village. Everywhere else around here there aren't any single large hexes. Large hex village spots. This one, this I guess is the best village for that capital. This village is the best for that capital. This one is okay. It's closer, so it's better in that way, but because it has only a 1 instead of a double, since it's only a single instead of a double, this one might be better, especially in a crazy fast. It'll take cavalry less than a minute to get there. This is the best village for this capital. Obviously, this is the best village for this capital. It's right next to the capital, and it has a double. And this guy doesn't seem to be too interested in defending his villages very well. And then Blade, he just sent units to attack a vassal, and then replaced some units. And now he's not doing anything. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
5, 6. So I might have enough to get 60 cavalry. So if I sell all that and that, 34, and I sell 2,000 clay, 51, I still need 15 more. 5 and 5, 180 lumber, and 221 clay, and 1,000 grain, 62, 64, Blech. I only have enough resources for 64 cavalry. Oh, why did I buy those archers and pikemen? Oh man, that's what I shouldn't have done. What I should have done is sell a bit more clay and lumber to get the cavalry enough to take that, and by the time they got down here and took the capital, one of my villages would have updated their resources and had enough. I would have had enough resources to get a couple more archers and pikemen from this. Shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Cornland, Cornland, Cornland. Oh, Blade really isn't doing anything. This is one thing to think about when you have allies. You need to compromise at some point. You can't just be greedy and steal everything. Hydra here, he built all 8 of his villages right next to his castle in his own country, and all he wants is his home cap. So I suppose I can give him that much. I do want this capital because without these villages upgrading, this is worth 11,000 or 12,000. It's worth a lot of gold. Not very much. These two right here, this one is worth about 8,000, this one's worth a little under 7,000. So together, if I took both of these, they'd be worth 14,000, a little over 14,000. This one is worth 11 or 12,000. So these two are worth a little more than this one. So this one, because it's almost as valuable as 2 together, I would rather have this one, but if I'm going to have Hydra as my ally this game, well, I can compromise at some point. But I do think it would be a good idea for him to build a village around here. There aren't very many good village spots. The reason I would suggest he move this one rather than this one or this one or this one, or these ones are all doubles, but the reason I'd have him move this one instead of those is because, well, first, because this one isn't his, but the reason I'd have him move that one instead of any of these two, is because this one only has 2 grain hexes, and so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the equivalent of 5 non-grain resource hexes, whereas, and then this one has the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 non-grain hexes, but this one only has the equivalent of 4. So this one, because it has 3 grain hexes surrounding it, is worth the least of these 3 villages, and you'd better defend that village. Oh, which reminds me. Okay, so when you take a capital, it takes 66 cavalry. You need to have 66 cavalry to take a capital. And I'll speed through the process of removing or losing units in a battle to calculate how much you lose. So as you saw from that, I will have 42 cavalry by the time this capital is done. I'm done attacking. That means I'll have lost 24 units in this. So if I want to be able to have enough to attack 2 capitals with the same army, what I'll want to do is have 66 plus 24, which is 90 units. I have 64, which means I need to make 26, which I don't have. But what I think I'll do is go ahead and by the cavalry I can. Send it. And then later on, it'll take 2 minutes, it'll take 3 or 4 minutes for these units to get there and to defeat the capital. Actually, you know what? Let me attack this one first. I'm closer to it and it's worth more. Then I'll have units, I'll have archers and pikemen from here. Is he going to take Chrono? No, if he was going to, he would have gone that path. Oh, he did. Can I take you? Anything else going on? Tigil has now taken this capital and has 20. Chrono asked Hydra to take him. The only reason you ask someone to take you is so... Yeah, the only reason, really, you ask someone to take you is so that they can... or is so that you can pull a coup on them. Once you become enemies with someone, you can attack their villages and troops and all that. So why would Chrono ask Hydra to take him? Fatal is Wigi's vassal, and Wigi does not need... Especially with the village defense like that, Wigi does not need the responsibility of a vassal, of 2 vassals. Now, 42, I need 24, 19, how many? Only 23. Lame. Wigi might be trying to defend his vassal. Or not. He might just be wanting to build a village right there, which is pathetic. Well, Wigi. Enjoy your vassalessness. Now, with my extra cavalry, I can now attack Limmerland. Voyager. So, Voyager may have this capital very well defended with 20 and 20, and he's going the slow route. Does he even realize he only has 7 villages? Going the slow route, sending his stuff with the defense there, and sending them back, and then sending them out with catapults. That's a really slow process. It's much faster. It's faster in some ways with catapults because you only need 35 catapults to take out a capital, and you lose, I think, 13. You lose 13 catapults. Whereas with cavalry are much faster. They're 6 times faster than catapults, but you have to have 66 cavalry instead of 35, and you lose 24 instead of 13. So the investment is much higher for cavalry. You can get a capital faster if you go catapults, but once you have made the investment into cavalry, you can get capitals quite a bit faster. Here's a little info tidbit for you. When the speed modes, the different speed modes are different speeds in different ways. Consistently, units are the same proportion. Units are proportionally the same speed across the different game modes. So cavalry will always be 6 times faster than a catapult. Pikemen will always be two times faster than a catapult. Cavalry 2 times faster than footmen. Those are rough numbers, but depending, no matter the speed mode, no matter the game mode, those proportions will always be the same. However, resource collection in a crazy fast is every 10 minutes, and resource collection in all the other speed modes is 20 minutes. Another thing that is different is village build and upgrade time. I don't have the numbers in front of me now, but they are not proportionally the same in the different speed modes. Also, battle times are proportionally different. So for example, in crazy fast, units are 3 times faster than in speed, but battles in a speed will take one battle every 60 seconds. In crazy fast, it's every 30 seconds. So that does affect things. In a speed, another, let's say the regular game's battles happen every 4 minutes. So while a battle happens every 4 minutes in a regular game and catapults move every 15 minutes in a regular game, if you send a catapult on a path through something, it will battle 4 times, it will battle 4 rounds before moving on to the next hex. In a speed, however, catapults move every 2.5 minutes, and battles happen every 1 minute. So that means if you send a catapult through something, it will battle 3 rounds before moving on. In a crazy fast, battles happen every 30 seconds, and catapults move every 50 seconds. So that means a catapult will battle 2 rounds instead of 3 or 4 rounds before moving on. So the different battle rounds, village upgrade times, and resource collection rates do make for some interesting proportional differences between the different speed modes. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about more stuff like that in a different video, because this I'm just trying to focus on what's going on, and I'd have to do a bit more thinking to see what that actually implies. But the different speeds, the different proportional things between the things like unit movement, village upgrade times, and battles, those do make a difference in games. So just something interesting to think about. Here's something to think about. What Tigil is doing with 20 and 20 archers and pikemen on this capital, that is very well defended. 20 and 20, that's 40, and then the defense power is 640 plus a location bonus plus whatever unit bonus these units get against what's attacking them. 20 and 20 is a good defense for a capital. But that's just the thing. It's only a defense. It will not stop someone who is determined to take that. That will not stop someone who is determined to take it. If they want to, they'll just say, okay, 20 and 20. How much will it require? 65 cavalry. That's not even as much as it'll take to take a new capital. So 20 and 20, while a good defense, especially compared to how I'm defending it, only 4 archers and 5 pikemen, 5 and 5. it is much better, well, not much better, but better in some ways, to rather than defend with defense, it can be better to defend with offense. I have 44 cavalry right here, and enough resources to start replenishing that. And I've got a village upgrading here, village upgrading here. So once these villages are level 3, they will be able to defend these capitals with offense. If anybody tries to take it, I'll just let them take it, but then I'll send a huge army after them because they deigned to attack me. So that's a different strategy. People have different ideas of what defense means. If this guy thinks that, okay, 3-3 defense in his villages is good enough, then sure, if someone attacks it, it doesn't take that much to attack a village with only 3 and 3. But because this guy has fair strength already, he has a capital, he has all 8 villages, he's going to be getting a second capital here pretty soon. His strength is such that he will be able to counterattack anybody that tries to attack his villages. This one, he's being a little bit more safe with the 20 and 20 defense on the capital. Myself, I'm doing anywhere from lousy to decently okay with defense in my villages. Yeah, I don't put too much defense in my villages. I just put enough in them to defend against the stray cavalry that might decide it wants to attack me. If someone wants to try attacking my capitals, then they'll have to face my wrath. If a vassal, he has a good point. What about vassals? It would be, he'd be able to, if he took that and then just pulled the units off, I wouldn't be able to attack his units that take the village, or take the capital and then move off. So when it comes to lords and vassals fighting over a capital, it can get pretty tricky, but it's pretty straightforward when enemies are fighting over a cap. How many people are outside the tree? Quite a few. And a few of them built up a lot of defense in their castles. 19 minutes until this village is done upgrading, and let's see, cavalry moves 1 hex every 10 seconds, so 2, 4, 6, so 1 minute, 2, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 minutes. When it's a vassal, when vassals and lords are fighting over a cap, it really comes down to wits and attrition. Whoever can outsmart the other player and use the right units in the fight will be the winner. It really helps to have a village close to the capital so you can send reinforcements to it faster than the other player. Well, I'm now about to take my third capital. I've been discussing with this Fatal Hydra about different strategies on how to defend capitals. Like, he's got 15 and 12 and 26. He's got a fairly good defense on his capital. And while I only have 5 and 5 on mine, and Tigil has 15 and 15. He used to have 20-20, but now 15-15 and 10-10. So he's reduced a bit of his defense on those. But because we have different ideas on what constitutes defense, we had an interesting discussion, and I told him my strategy, and he appreciated that. Knowing how others play is quite useful. But in this time, he has gotten 1 capital. He's got most of his villages here and 1 village there. He's gotten 1 capital, and he's pretty content with that. He's new at this game, and he thinks if I can get 1 capital in this game and not make too many people angry and do fairly well, then that's pretty successful. Tigil now has 2 capitals, and with this army is about to get a 3rd right here. And I've already gotten one more battle, and this one will be mine. So I've got 3 capitals. Oh my goodness, I have lots of resources now. I did not expect to see that. Well, well. This is what happens when you wait quite a while to get... Oh wait, who took... Oh, Hydra took Tigil. Okay. Alrighty. Now that Hydra's gone after vassals, I think it's about my turn to do that. And how should I go about it? I'll just get a ton of cavalry. And I'll just start moving around. Oh my goodness! So this is the kind of thing that I really don't know how that happens. I have no idea what happens. But teleporting is a common glitch in this game. I think some people have figured out how to do it, but it really just happens randomly, and you hope people don't catch it. But yeah, that kind of thing right there, teleporting is a known glitch. It's known to have happened in the past and can still happen, but I have no idea how to control it. It just does happen every once in a while. Blade doesn't seem to be playing. How annoying. I don't get the satisfaction of being able to kill him and watch him die, burn his villages to the ground, and watch him plead with me to spare his people. But he's not even on, so this won't even be fun. Tigil's units seem to be going in the exact same direction and speed as mine. That's convenient. But mine just moved on ahead of his. But really what happened in that battle... here... Okay, Tigil had 31 and lost 10. I had 81 and lost 10. And this guy... But if the battle had happened with only 1 army, I would still have lost 10, and the castle still would have been taken. Usually when 2 players attack a castle or something at the same time, yeah, usually it's almost always a castle. I've never seen 2 armies attack a capital or village at the same time. I can't say never, it might have happened. But usually when attacking castles at the same time and you synchronize it, the attacking armies, when they're winning, lose fewer units, lose the same amount of units, and the castle loses twice as many units. Usually the castles use twice as many, but since in any given round, since in any given castle attack here, I lose, the castle will be defeated in one round. I lose the same amount of units, and so does Tigil. So we actually lose more units than the defending castle does, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, that's why I told him to not attack the castle with me. You know what? Instead of attacking Blade right away, because I want to spite him somehow. Oh, let's do this first. Let's take his vassal first. The question is 61 enough to defeat that? It should be. Yes. No, don't attack the castle, don't attack the castle, don't attack the castle! No! Move off, move off, move off! Move off, Tigil, move off, Tigil. I want to attack Blade's villages. I want to attack Blade's villages, but because you're attacking the castle, I won't be able to kill his villages yet, anymore. No! Oh, there goes that plan. Oh, yikes. He's actually strong enough to defeat... Well, if Forge is going to insist on just stocking up like that, I'm going to have to remove those privileges. Remove his opportunity for stocking up. I'll even tell him so. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! He was waiting for that exact moment. When people do this, stocking up, as the king, having, how many vassals do I have? I have 12 vassals, no, 11 vassals, and 3 caps, and all my villages, and these people have 4, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 villages, and no capitals, no vassals. There is no way. There's no possible way they're going to win or even come close to winning. But when they stock up, it's really annoying. Call this bullying, calling it whatever you want. It's just annoying on your part. Alright, there are only 3 vassals left. 3 independent vassals, otherwise known as indies. $17, 12, and this guy doesn't have any... Neither Tigil nor Hydra have that high of a castle defense. But these guys have... This guy has the highest. One thing you want to ask yourself is, when there are 3 vassals left, one is obviously the strongest, and then these 2 are about equally strong. not as strong as this one. Do you take out this one and this one first, and then this one last, or this one first, and then these ones last? It would make sense. It would make sense to take out the strongest one first, and then these ones. While that does make sense, something else to consider is while you're building up the resources to attack this one, these ones can get stronger, so you might want to take out the lesser threats first, while this one can slowly build up, but you'll eventually take them out. Rather than you're trying to build up to take this one until you finally have enough resources to take it, and then by the time you're done attacking this one, these ones will have built up to the point that you'll have to wait even longer to take them. So it's different ideas, different thoughts on how to go about it. And people will have different ideas on what the right way to do it is. Dominion finally decided to do something, and what he finally decided to do was almost nothing, as far as I can tell. He just pulled everything out, sent it to one vassal, and isn't doing anything more. Okay, he's got 2 vassals. Oh, 50 cav. Is 50 cav enough for that? No, but if you brought these ones, you brought all this, maybe. What is going on with my Wi-Fi? So the Forge with 52 footmen, 22 archers, 28 pikemen, all that. Because he has more archers and footmen than pikemen, it will be better to attack with cavalry than footmen. If a castle had more pikemen than footmen and archers, then it would be better to attack with footmen. However, cavalry are 11.5 times 1.2, is it 1.2 or 1.25? I think it's 1.2. Yeah, times 1.2 to get, actually, yeah, the 1.2 is for both of these, but it's 11.5 wool, gold per wool, and 9 per ore. But because cavalry are so much better against this, then it'd be a better value still to get cavalry against this guy than to try to get the cheaper unit. So we're finally wrapping up this game. Tigil Astrobos and Fatal Hydra are fairly consistent allies that I have. Oh, he's finally vacating. Question, is this a better offense or better defense? It is a better defense, so if I can make an attack, if he attacks that, then nah, I'll only be able to attack him back. Well, let's see if he goes for Mudpug or my capital. If he goes for the capital, then I'm afraid I'll just have to attack him back. So, by attacking my capital, he will lose 2542. Now he's just building a village. But if he were, what would I need to fight him back? About 110. Is 55 enough to take that? No. But he's sending another 22, which will be enough. I have no idea what Dominion's doing. Weegi is now my vassal, and he's attacking Mega, which means I'm going to be the Dominus soon. There's only one indie left. So, at this point, what I'll want to do is get a bunch of get all of these units out and send them back to the castle. Because as the Dominus, my villages are safe from everybody. Because they can't attack you can't attack the villages and units of your lord or vassal. The Dominus, though, can attack units out in the field, but people can't attack the Dominus villages. So I'll want to take all of my defense out of my villages and send them back to my castle. Where practical, where it's practical, because it may not be practical to send units all the way across the map from here all the way to the castle, especially in such small amounts. It adds up, kind of. 1, 2, 3, 4 villages times at least 2 or 3. That's about 10 units of each. Yeah, I can be a little bit more generous than that. I am now the Dominus. Now let's hope that somebody doesn't betray me and try to take me over and steal all my stuff. Now let's see how much I can defend myself with. 20 and 20. 25 and 35, wow. 66 footmen, 34 cavalry. Forge and Dominion. If they ganged up on me, I still doubt they'd be able to attack me and win. And even then, they'd have to line up. They'd have to become lord and vassal. But even if they both attacked, they'd lose tons of units, and I wouldn't lose too many because my castle is strong enough. Just barely, though. If they lined up and added more units to their offense, they might have enough to defeat me. Forge does seem to be turning back, but I don't think he's going to me. I think he's just going to his own castle. Yeah. Myself, I, Tigil, and Fatal Hydra are the only ones with capitals. Doa just has really lucky villages. Chrono has 7 villages. Dominion, yeah, they all have less than 40,000. Anybody without a cap has less than 40,000 income. And Tigil and Hydra are both on my team at this point. I don't remember that. There are lots of games. Wow. Hydra's pulling out all his defense. Yeah, it's not just the Dominus, or King, that can do that. That can safely pull out all of your units. For Fatal, he's an upper lord in this tree, and so he owns everybody else as a vassal, so his villages are all safe. Tigil Astrobos, the same thing. He has 2 lords, and then everybody else is his vassal. So he's safe. Tigil's villages are all safe. If he wanted to, he could pull out all of these archers and pikemen and send them to his castle. But yeah, with the 2 most powerful players on my side, and everybody else under 40,000 income, and me at nearly double the income of any other one player besides my allies, I'm pretty safe in my position as Dominus. It would be really hard. Unless Fatal decides to attack me. Oh, it's pulling back. Never mind. Well, at this point I don't see anybody pulling a coup or betraying me or anything like that. So I think I'm pretty settled, and this game is well in my hands. Anyone want to try attacking me? Let's see what they can come up with. Fatal's got 100, 125, 135, 145, let's say 150. Well, Fatal has 150 cavalry. Sigil has 91 cavalry, but I don't know. It depends on if it's just them or if they can recruit Forge and Dominion and Mega. Sigil's caps are pretty safe. Fatal's cap is pretty safe. Really, the only reason I'm allowing this at this point is because crazy fast servers don't count in the main rankings. I do have significantly more income than any of the others, but they, with their 60k plus incomes, are pretty close to me. And Sigil and I have lost about the same number of units, but I gave him 50, so I've effectively lost 50 more units than he has. And Hydra has had had about this same income for almost the whole game, but only lost 30 units. Hydra, you little baker. Question is, will Dominion and Forge attack me separately or together? This is an interesting strategy. Sigil knows he can't attack me, so what he's doing is giving all of his income, all of his capital income, to Fatal, so that Fatal will be able to attack me better. Fatal will be able to build the units, build the troops, in order to attack me. Well, Forge is definitely on a one-man mission. Should I let him do it? I only need 60 cav. Okay, here's something interesting. I'm posting my units on his village so that whatever he pulls out of his village will attack my units. But here's the thing. You cannot use the calculator accurately when the Dominus is involved and on a building like a village or a vassal's castle. Here's the thing. I don't know why, but when someone is the Dominus, when someone is the Dominus and the battle happens on a building, both armies attack. So, if he wanted to see what would happen if he pulled out these units, my army is 80 cavalry, and he would pull out, let's say, 34 cavalry, he'd think, okay, my 34 cavalry will defeat his 80 cavalry, because 34 attacking defeats 80 defending. But no, since both attack, my 80 will overpower his 34. Okay, he might think, okay, I'll bring 34 and 66 footmen. That should definitely overpower his 80 cavalry. No, still no, because he has 34 attacking cavalry, and I have 80, and he has 66 attacking footmen, but because my cavalry are also attacking, they get the bonus against footmen. About two-thirds of his army is footmen, so I would get 2/3 of a full bonus. A full bonus is 2.5 times the base power. So 80 cavalry when attacking is 1,040, and 2/3 of that is, let's say, 700. So I should get 700. Oh, 1,000. Never mind. Oh, 700 times 1.5. Whatever it is. Never mind. So my attack power will be 2069, and his attack power will be 1,300. I'll still win. The problem, though, is if he builds up... I don't think he can build up enough cavalry to overpower mine. Because my attack power is over 2,000, he would have to build up enough units to make... yeah, he'd have to make 80 cavalry, which I don't think he has the resources to do. So yeah, he thinks he's smart, but I still outsmart him because I know a game mechanic that he doesn't. Let's see him be unpleasantly surprised. Tigil knows about it. However, the way they can combat that is Fatal has well over 150 cavalry. So if he brought his cavalry over and attacked mine, he'd have to get on the village, though, in order to win. So here they come. No. 47. If he tries sending those 47 cavalry, I'll just attack them. Interesting. If he sends his new cavalry with the 15 pikemen, will my cavalry still win? Yes. But with 47... That was weird. It seems to be doing that a lot recently. Dominus can no longer attack other players' units. Why is that? Look at this. I'm the Dominus, I should be able to attack that. Well, that is a bummer. Dominus should be able to attack players' units. Well, something's glitched. Oh, I think now the Dominus attack kicked back in. Yes, it did. 2340. Wait a minute, defend. Attack is 2458. So I need at least 110. If he simply defends, though, how many do I need? 130 some. Although if I pull out a whole bunch of cavalry, he might know something's up. Do I take the risk? $25, 36, 27.19. If I add 4, 1, and 1 to that, it's 25.98, so just under 2,600. If I do that, 2,700. Do I go for it? Do I go for it? There'll be 20 seconds from the time. But he just pulled them out and combined them, so it'll be 20 seconds or so before. Ha 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 ha. Let's see what happens. No! That was lame! How did that happen? I was so sure. Lost a country. Fatal. Why I oughta. Why? What happened here? So his power was 38, my power was 33. Did I just not calculate? I must not have calculated right. But I thought I got a location bonus, 747. Oh, I guess because, wait a minute, his base power was 25. My base power was 14, 20, 26. I didn't take that into account, huh? Well, his final power ended up being 3,800 something, and mine was only 33. I guess I need to be a bit more precise in my own calculations. $96 archers. Archers? No, cavalry can't move in twice the time as archers. Can this defeat this? Yes. How many more do I need? 130? Yeah, I have 98, so 32. And he's defending now. Let's see how they react. Hydra, what are you doing? You're running away. Oh boy, 215 catapults. Or cavalry. 141. And if Tigil moves forward, which he did. I didn't... Okay. He's still lost. That would require how many cavalry to defeat? A lot more than I have. 200. It would require 200 cavalry to defeat. Would it defeat my castle? Yes, it would defeat my castle. He didn't attack my... And he went in! Why did you go in? And this, I need 35 footman for... Oh, perfect. And I'll just attack that. Lag. Gotta hate lag. Oh, you chrono, you opportunist, you. I do that and attack with 10. I lose 3, so I'll have 7. Become the ruler, and he attacks with 10 and 10, and he'll win. How many do I need to... And 2 more. Okay. They almost had it. $132 is how many I would need, but I need to make 70 more cavalry, which I don't have. Got 9 there, and yeah, not enough. But can they beat me in 9 minutes? I highly doubt it. Because he had catapults, he went 2 rounds. Had 24 cavalry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and still not enough. Well, that was exciting. Adding another 5 cavalry. Gotta take those back somehow. Will it even matter? This has 2 minutes, 13 seconds, 6 seconds, so this will update in time. So that's 2 and 8, 6. This probably won't update in time. This has 6 minutes left, so this won't update in time. I like this Fatal Hydra guy. He's a huge fan of real-time strategy games. I'm a huge fan of Age of Empires myself, and this kind of thing is my kind of game. I like Dominus. The regular modes are really slow. They're really quite boring. The speed modes are quite a bit faster. They're 6 times faster than a regular mode, and yeah, a lot happens in those games. But compared to Crazy Fast, still not much happens in a speed game. This Crazy Fast mode, a lot happens, but in the earlier version of Crazy Fast, it still took quite a while to build up. In this one, everything happens all at once, really fast. And it's great fun. And he needs a lot more cavalry than that. 231. He needs about 30, 28 or 30 more cavalry. He's got 4 there. I don't think... No. Yeah, it wasn't enough. So since that one has updated, I can send it back. 23 versus 28. When cavalry are defending against footmen, they get a total power of 12.5 versus a footman's 13. So, yeah, 27 footmen could beat 28 cavalry. So, yeah, I better move off. Doesn't... wait, why do you do that? So, who's the leader in income? Dang it. Yes, I'm the leader in income. It's fun to look at the rankings, but ultimately, in the speed and regular and relaxed modes, rankings do matter. because they'll count towards the score in the rankings tab. But in these crazy fast servers, they don't matter so much. Yes, I am the leader, but it's just going all in. Well, I say that, but is it true? 1 Hydra, Forge, and Chrono. Oh, no, let's not do Chrono, because he's not in the... What if I did Tigil? And they were all strong enough. Oh wait, that's Hydra's. Tigil. 28 would take 5 minutes. 24, 28, that's 1/10 divided by 2 for 30-second rounds. That'd be 5 minutes. Tigil and Fatal and Forge. 41. So that would bring it to 5, 6, which would be 3 minutes. Does the next Crazy Fest start in an hour at 8 p.m.? Well, I got an hour and a quarter until next game. I don't think I'll be in this one, though. This one was exciting enough, and it's already been almost 4 hours. Phew. This was a 4-hour game, and I was on it the whole time. My, my, my. Well, I won. That was fun. Let's go to the results tab, see if this Crazy Fast goes there. Yes, it did. So that means it probably won't. So that means mod or the admin will probably have to delete it manually. When will it get around to? When will they get around to making it so that these automatically don't count? Yeah, so the game's done, and there's really no need to stay.